have been sent a request for a yoga plan, class plan, including tree. So today I'm going to put up a video with the yoga class plan, including tree. Let's start getting comfortable, sitting down, any position that works for you, either cross-legged or legs out in front of you. Relax the fingers, relax the hands, let the elbows be heavy, bring the shoulders down, give the shoulders a little roll if you want. And then beginning to focus on the core supporting you in your seated position, draw the tummy button back towards the spine and begin to lift up out the side waist. Space between the shoulder blades and across the collarbones. And then lower the tip of the chin slightly as you draw it in towards the throat, filling up the back of the neck, keep lengthening up through the sides of the neck. Trying to maintain that lift. Relaxing the shoulder blades, the buttocks, the hips and the thighs. Keeping the core engaged, supporting you. Beginning to bring your awareness to the breath. Placing the tip of the tongue gently on the hard palate behind the front teeth, and as you exhale, draw the tummy button back towards the spine. Inhale, allow that lower belly to inflate. Taking the breath out of the chest, down into the belly, and beginning to connect with the Ujjayi breath, allowing that gentle snore quality to come into the breath by making that slight closure, that slight restriction in the base of the throat. Allowing the exhale to lengthen. On the inhale, allowing that spine to be really long. On the next exhale, taking the right ear down to the shoulder, stretch out the left side of the neck. On your inhale, bring it back through center all the way to the other side. Exhale, ear to shoulder. Keeping going with your own breath, side to side. When you take the ear to the shoulder, softening that opposite shoulder away, allow that opposite elbow to be heavy. Allowing the head to release the very end of the exhale. Let the head be really heavy. Stretch the opposite side of the neck. Ujjayi breath. Try to avoid bringing the shoulder up to meet the ear. The next side we go to, once you've taken the ear to the shoulder, going to continue with the exhale as you roll the chin down towards the chest. And inhale, roll the opposite ear to the shoulder. Half head rolls in your own time. Going with your own breath, stretching the sides and the back of the neck now. Keeping the spine long, try not to collapse the upper body. The next time you bring the chin to the chest, we're just going to inhale, bring it all the way back up through center, keeping the spine long and the shoulders down. We're going to begin to bring in the arm movement, so taking the arms out, and as you inhale, let the head rest as far back as you can, circle the arms up and round, and interlace the hands at the top, take the elbows wide, keeping the spine long, follow the hands with the gaze. As you exhale, let the head rest forwards and stretch the back of the neck, the palms come all the way down. Two more like that with the breath. Head rests as far back as you can. Interlacing at the top. When the hands come to the eyes, follow those hands without collapsing the upper body. Last one. At the end of your third movement, keeping the hands interlaced with the palms facing down, the head resting forwards. And on your next inhale, begin to extend the palms of the hands away. Let the head come to center. You can either stop here if that's enough for the shoulders, or continue to raise the arms all the way up, keeping the head centered. Palms face up towards the ceiling. Now slide those shoulder blades down towards the waist so the neck is nice and long. Upper arm stays in line with the ear. Rotate the trunk of the body, tummy button and rib cage to the right on the inhale. And exhale, bringing it back to center all the way to the other side on your next inhale. We're doing 3 in each direction. So trying to keep the nose in line with the chest bone. Avoid leading with the head. Upper arm is in line with the ears, so you can just close the eyes and feel that movement around the trunk of the body as you rotate the tummy button and the rib cage. It might not be a huge movement, and that's okay. Ujjayi breath. Once you've completed your third movement, you just come back to the center. You take the hands onto the knees or the thighs. Give the shoulders a little shuggle. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, down through center. Take the chest down between the thighs, hands either on the knees or the soles of the feet, or take the hands to the floor. Let the elbows be soft and take a little sway from side to side if you want with the upper body. Keeping it soft, the chest is just relaxing down between the thighs with the breath, with the exhale. One more breath here, then we're just going to bring it all the way back up when you're ready. And either swapping across the legs, or if the hips have had enough and you need to come to sit in a straight legged position, then come to sit in a straight leg position. Taking the right hand behind you, placing it in line with the spine. Left hand onto that right knee. On the inhale, lift up out the side waist. Exhale, bend the left elbow. You're bringing the left side of the body forwards. The right side of the body is moving back and you're coming into a twist. Gaze all the way over that right shoulder. You can walk the hand if you want a little bit further around the back of the body if that's comfortable for you. And on the next exhale, soften the elbows. Feel how that relaxes the shoulder blades, spread the collarbones, and keep moving with the exhale, just twisting a little bit more. Bring more of the left side of the body forwards, ringing out around the center, squeezing and twisting. Bringing it all the way back and go straight to the other side. Right hand onto the left knee, left hand around the back of the body. Inhale, lift up out the side waist. Before you begin to bring the right side of the body forwards, the left side of the body moves back, squeezing around the center. Again, walk the hand more further around behind you if you want, and as you exhale, soften both the elbows. Then feel the shoulder blades release, spread the collarbones. Keep bringing the left side of the body back, right side moves forwards. Use that right hand to draw more of the right side of the body forwards, working into the spine, the internal organs, the digestive system. Lovely twist around the center. Bringing it all the way back and just giving it a shuggle. We're going to take the right hand to the floor. Inhale, stretch up the left side. We're just going to bend that bottom elbow. Gentle side bend to begin with, extend through to the middle finger and gaze under the upper arm so you're not collapsing the rib cage, keeping it open. Inhale, bringing it up to the other side. Stretch up, exhale, side bend, gaze under that upper arm and keep extending through to the middle finger. You get that lovely stretch up the side of the waist. Same again to the other side. Lift on the in breath, exhale, side bend, stretching it out. To the other side. The next side we come to, if you want to, you can take the forearm to the floor. The opposite sit bones can come up, that's fine. And then you just work to relax them back down as you stretch and open the sideways. Hold for a couple of extra breaths, keep extending and lengthening. Then bring it all the way back up to the other side. Same again, you don't have to take the forearm to the floor. You can continue with the previous or forearm to the floor. Let the sit bones come up as much as you need before you relax them back down. Bringing it all the way back up. And again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, down through center, chest down between the thighs. Change the hand position to suit yourself and take that little sway. One more exhale, then we'll bring it all the way back up to sit. And we're just going to come straight round into cat. So do whatever you need to do in your cat. You can have a little stretch, you can have a little sway. If you want to have a little head down dog, then take a little head down dog. Do whatever you need to do. Then get yourself settled in your cat position. Stack the shoulders directly above the wrists, the hips above the knees, the weight is down through the top of the feet. Spread the fingers and connect the hands. The middle finger is facing forwards. There's space between every finger. Try not to collapse between the arms. Press the hands down into the mat, fill up between the shoulder blades, feel those core muscles engage. The gaze is down between the hands, you're trying to get the back of the neck in line with the spine. Remember, my scoliosis, so my back movement is not great. When you're ready, draw the tummy button back towards the spine, round that spine up towards the ceiling and let the head go. In the next movement, you tilt the pelvis. You move through the spine. You're taking the spine in the opposite direction. Feels as if you're trying to get the rib cage relaxing down towards the floor. Shoulders down, chest moves forwards between the upper arms, and the face is the last thing to move forward. So you're looking for a dip in the spine. I've not got a dip because of my scoliosis. You should have a lovely dip. Then when you're ready, round that spine up towards the ceiling, let the head go. Moving with the breath. So you're trying to let the movement last the duration of the breath. Close the eyes if that helps. Just ripple through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowing it down. Getting a little movement in that spine. And at the end of your next movement, come back to your flat back position, gazing down between the hands. Core is engaged. We're coming into our diagonal lift and lengthen. Right hand, left leg. Inhale, extend. Point that right thumb up towards the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze it into the center. If you're wobbly, 2 hands to the floor. Keeping going with the breath. We're doing 5 of these to each side. If you are extending, you're pointing the thumb up to the ceiling. And you squeeze. The more you bring that knee into the belly, the more the core is engaging. Last one to this side. Then we're going to swap to the other side. Left hand, right leg. Extend on the in-breath. Point that left thumb up to the ceiling and squeeze on the exhale. So again, if this is your wobbly side, you're taking 2 hands to the floor. Bringing that knee close into the belly. Once you've done 5 to this side, bring it back to the starting position. Keep the hips above the knees, straight into Anahata. One hand on top of the other, the elbows are wide. Forehead is either on the back of the hands or all the way down on the mat. Then you're trying to let the chest relax down towards the floor. So again, my restrictions, my chest doesn't get very far down towards the floor. Don't resist against it. Don't hold yourself up. Let yourself relax all the way down as far as you can. If you feel you want to extend the arms forwards, the hands are shoulder distance or wider, but continue to relax that chest down towards the floor. The armpits, the upper arms. We're going to bring it into our transition stage. So if it's okay for the toes, tuck the toes under, take the bottoms all the way back towards the heels, keep the hands extending forwards. You can take a sway from side to side with the hips if you want. Spread the fingers, connect the hands, make sure the neck is long, upper arm in line with the ear if you can. On the inhale, focusing on the core, we're transferring the weight forwards, we're coming into modified plank, resist the mat away. Exhale, bringing it all the way back. Keep the neck long, try not to shorten. 2 more like that. Forwards on the in-breath. And back on the exhale. Last one. The next time we come forwards, we're going to place the right foot to the outer edge of that right hand, sinking into a lovely deep lunge. If you can, the back toes stay tucked under, press that front heel down onto the floor. On the inhale, we're swaying back. So you're either coming halfway back, or if it's okay for your toes, you're coming all the way back. Try to point those toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, sink back into the lunge. Let's do 2 more like that. If you feel like doing a few extra, you do as many as you want. Feel free to pause the video and keep going with it if you love it. At least 3 though. Next time you come forwards, just bring yourself back up slightly so the knee is above the ankle. We're placing the right hand to the inner edge of the right foot. You're on the fingertips, so it's like a little TP with the hand. Lift the body slightly, raise that left arm, sweeping into a lovely open twist. Draw that top hand back. Then we swap. We place the left hand to the floor under the shoulder and we raise the right arm. Lovely open twist. We're placing the hands to the floor under the shoulders. We're stepping back. Either modified plank, or if you want to raise those knees and you're in full plank. Then we're going to take it slow. We're taking the knees to the floor. We'll hug the upper arms. We'll come to lie all the way down on our tummies. Uncurl the toes. Modified head up dog. So stack the shoulders above the wrists. Lift up through the front of the body. Now try to relax the lower half of the body down. Again, don't resist against it. Relax those hips. Relax those thighs to the floor. Keep the core engaged. Spread the collarbones. Transition stage. Tuck the toes. Knees stay on the floor. Bottoms back towards the heels. And extend the hands forward. Spread the fingers, connect the hands. Inhale, modified plank. Resist the mat away. Focus on the core. Exhale, bringing it back. Neck stays nice and long. So the gaze shifts with the body. 2 more like that. The gaze is down between the hands in your modified plank. Don't have the gaze forwards. Bringing it back on the exhale. Last one. Next time you come forwards, place the left foot to the outer edge of the left hand, coming into a lovely lunge, and sink the hips. Press that front heel to the floor. If you can, the back toes are tucked under. Being aware the differences on both sides of the body, sway back on the inhale, either halfway or all the way. Work that front calf to the floor. Exhale, sinking it down. 2 more. You can lengthen the front of the body. Keep those hands extended forwards. That's a stronger stretch on the hamstrings. Last one. Point those toes up to the ceiling on the front foot. Sinking us down into the lunge. Then raise yourself slightly, knee above the ankle. Come onto the fingertips. Make that little teepee with the hand. And sway the right arm all the way up as far as you can. Swapping over. Place that right hand under the shoulder. Raise the left arm. Take the hands to the floor, under the shoulders, step back, either modified plank or full plank, entirely up to you. Shoulders above the wrist, focus on the core. Don't dip the hips. Keep yourself nice and engaged here. We take the knees to the floor, we hug the upper arms, and we come to lie on our tummy. Uncurl the toes, modified head up dog. This time straight into head down dog. Tuck the toes and reach those hips and thighs up and back. Pedal the legs, sway the hips. Gazing back to your feet. Inner edges of the feet are hip distance and parallel. Connect through the big toe and the little toe side of the foot. The inner thighs are rotating outwards slightly and extend those heels down towards the floor. The chest is stretching back towards the thighs. Connect through the index finger and the ring finger on the hands. Focusing on the core, high in the toes transfer. It's either full plank or take the knees to the floor if you need modified. Exhale, back into head down dog. 2 more like that. High in the toes. Either full plank or modified. Exhale, stretch it back. Last one. Resist the mat away. Gaze down between the hands. Taking it all the way back. We are going to place the right foot between the hands. So you can take the knees to the floor and step the right foot between the hands, or you can lunge the right foot between the hands and take the knee to the floor. Place the hands onto that front thigh and lift up the front of the body. So you're from the pubis, you are raising up the front of the body. You're trying to get the shoulders above the hips. You're trying to straighten the arms. So there's a back bend going on. There's a stretch on that left inner thigh. Raise the chest. Slide the shoulder blades down towards the waist. Keep lifting that chest up, up. So you're drawing up the front of the body and you're relaxing down the back of the body. Lovely stretch. We're going to slide the right thumb to the crease of the right leg. Raise that left arm. We're coming into our twist. Take that left arm all the way across. Slide the right hand halfway down and try and catch more of the upper arm to the outer edge of the leg. Knees above the ankle, palm to palm. So you can stop here, working the back of that left hand to the outer edge of that front leg to help get the twist. Or bring the hands into prayer position and you're trying to press the top hand into the bottom hand. Don't have them up at the throat or the face. It's the centre of the heart. Try to get the hands into the centre of the chest. That increases the twist over that front leg. Release. Place the hands either side of that front foot, stepping back, either plank or modified, up to you. This time to the floor any way you want. So take the knees down if you want, or in your own way, all the way down. Tops of the feet lift, either modified or full head up dog. Back into head down dog. Stretching now. We're going to take the left foot between the hands into your lunge. Back knee to the floor. Place the hands onto that thigh and lift up the front of the body. Trying to straighten those arms. Slide the shoulders down, lift the chest, spread the collarbones. Lift the heart. From here, let's take that left thumb to the crease of the left leg and raise the right arm. Lift and extend. Take that arm all the way across and slide the left hand halfway down, trying to catch the upper arm to the outer edge of the leg. Palm to palm, stopping here, working if you want, or bringing those hands back into prayer position. Press the top hand into the bottom hand. So eventually the hands are in the centre of the heart, like so. Feel that lovely twist. Open the whole of the chest. And release. Take the hands to the floor, stepping back, either plank or modified, up to you. In your own way to the floor. On the inhale, lift. Exhale, back into head down dog. Pedal and sway. And we're going to come into Uttanasana, forward fold, any way you want. So you can walk the feet to the hands. You can bring the hands to the feet. You can do a little jump if you would. Soften the knees and relax. Take a little sway here. Then we're going to do a few wee pulses. So as you exhale, bend the knees, let the chest rest along the thighs, let the head relax completely. Try to keep that contact of the chest to the thighs as you straighten the legs, tilting into Uttanasana, let the head go. 2 more. Bending on your exhale. Inhale, straighten. So lengthen the front of the body over the thighs, head's coming down towards the shins. Give it a wee nod, it's completely relaxed. Last one. Balancing the weight between the front and the back of the foot. Then we're just going to soften the knees and we're going to roll all the way up through the spine. Head comes up last, shoulders down. Circling up and round at the top. Palm to palm. Hands to heart center. Bring those hands down by the sides. So you're going to stay facing the short edge of the mat. I'm just rotating around just so you can see what I'm doing, but don't adjust your position. Take the feet a mat width apart. Right hand's coming down the outer edge of the right leg. Left hand to the back of the head. And point that left elbow up to the ceiling. Slide that bottom hand down. Your gaze, your drishti point is that top elbow. Bring it all the way back up to the other side. Gaze to that top elbow, slide that bottom hand down. And again, either doing exactly the same again, or if you want to stretch that top arm up and over, same as you did in the seated side bend, then feel free to do so. Same to the other side. Stretch it up and over if you want, or keep the hand to the head. Bring it back up. We're taking hands behind the body, they're interlacing. We are squeezing those upper arms in towards each other behind the back. Feel how that opens the chest. And I feel as if you extend those knuckles down towards the floor, relax the shoulders. If it's okay for you, the head rests back. Keep squeezing those upper arms in towards each other. Keep feeling as if you extend those knuckles down towards the floor. Let's come into our lovely deep bend of the knees. Take the chest down between the thighs. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Let the head go and raise those arms overhead. Let the little finger side of the hand be heavy. Working into the shoulders. Just let it come over the top of the head. Stretching out. Take the hands onto the lower back of the buttocks. Release them down by the sides. Slowly roll all the way up. We're coming back up to stand. Take the hands to the hips and zigzag the feet so they're parallel, maybe about hip distance apart. So from here, you are looking down to your feet. Keep gazing down at your feet, and all you're going to do is lift your big toes. Just the big toes. Keep the 4 little toes down on the floor. And swap. Place the big toe down. Lift up your 4 little toes. 4 little toes down. Lift the big toe. And swap. Big toe down. Lift the 4 little toes. So you probably find, or you may find, that this isn't working in one direction, or one foot works better than the other. All kinds of crazy stuff goes on at this point. This time, taking it further again. You know how I like to take things further. Keep the big toe and the little toe down on the floor and lift up the 3 toes in the middle. Placing it back down. One more time. Big toe, little toe. Stay on the floor. Lift the 3 toes in the middle. And taking it back down. This time we are going to prepare for our tiptoes. So if you can, you've got the heels together. The toes can be slightly apart, or you can have the whole of the inner edge of the foot together. If that's really uncomfortable for you, let the feet be slightly parallel and focus on the inner thighs drawing in towards each other. So it's all about a focus point, a point of contact, and that's going to help with your balance. So either the heels, the whole of the inner edge of the foot, or the inner thighs, or all of them can work together. So whatever works for you. Relax the hands, relax the fingers, get the shoulders down. Find a focus point, not the person in front of you. There is no person in front of you. I'm doing my class. Find a focus point, something that is going to be stationary, not a tree. Okay, press the tip of the tongue gently into the roof of the mouth. And when you're ready, lift and spread all the toes, place them back down on the floor. Coming onto your tiptoes, inhale, heels, inner edge of the foot or inner thighs, raise the hands to shoulder height. Exhale, bringing it back down, lift and spread the toes. Place them back onto the floor and up on your in-breath. Ujjayi breath. Press the tip of the tongue into the roof of the mouth. Heels, inner thighs, inner edge of the foot, find your contact. So if your knees are sore, you're staying with the tiptoes and you're just going to keep doing your tiptoes. If your knees are okay, the next time we come up, we are coming into a squat, staying on your tiptoes, sinking yourself all the way down, stay high on those tiptoes. Once you come down, take the hands to the floor. We're going to come into Malasana garland pose. Let the knees fall apart. Walk the hands forwards and feel as if you're trying to get the heels down towards the floor behind you. Just let the chest come down between the thighs. Lovely stretch in the sacrum, the lower back, the front of the shins, the back of the calves, the ankles, the feet. Bring the knees together. Slide the hands back towards the feet, trying to stay as high in the tiptoes as you can. We're tilting into tiptoes, Uttanasana. Let the head go. Back into your squat, staying on the tiptoes. Once you come down, let those knees fall apart. Extend the hands forwards, let the chest come down between the thighs and extend those heels to the floor behind you. Malasana garland pose. Bring the knees together, slide the hands back, tiptoes Uttanasana. Let the head go. Last time, squatting down, knees together, then let them come apart. This time, can you get the heels all the way to the floor? Bring the knees together, slide the hands back, tiptoes Uttanasana. We're going to come back into our squat one last time. This time, bring the shoulders above the hips, so walk the hands back. Body is upright. If your knees are okay, you raise the hands. So if your knees are sore at this point, fold into your Uttanasana with the feet flat on the floor and roll up through the spine. Otherwise, if the knees are okay, raise the hands, press down into the ball of the foot. Try not to stick out the bottom as you slowly bring, failed, and bring it all the way back down and giving the legs a shake. Bring it back into Tadasana mountain pose. In the edges of the feet, either together or parallel. Drawing up with the thighs. Relax the buttocks, navel in, give the hands a shake, shoulders down. Inhale, circling up and round, palm to palm. Follow the thumbs of the gaze, rolling all the way down. Let the knees be soft if you want. Uttanasana, relax the hands, relax the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide the hands to under the knees, arms are straight, gazes to the floor. Exhale, bring yourself into your head down dog in your own way. Pedal the legs, sway the hips. On the inhale, it's either full plank or modified, and in your own way to the floor. Hug the upper arms, shoulders are down. Inhale, lifting, head up dog. Exhale, stretching up and back, head down dog. We're going to bring it back into a lunge. So you can either take the knees to the floor and step the right foot between the hands, or lunge the right foot between the hands, up to you. And then we're going to take the back knee to the floor. So we're going to come into pigeon pose, doing it a little bit differently. If you know that you do reverse pigeon, as in you lying on your back to do it, if it's too much for your knee, bring yourself into your reverse pigeon. Now I'm just going to rotate around so you can see what I'm doing. So from the lunge position, if you're doing full pigeon, we're coming into, this will bring you into a deeper pigeon. You take the right foot, you start to zigzag it across to the right. Then you just take that right knee down to the floor, come down onto the forearms, uncurl the back toes, and if you want to, come all the way down to lie, or stay on your forearms. Now if this is pinching your knee, bring yourself onto your reverse pigeon. Always be careful in pigeon, it can be quite strong on the front knee. So the weight is down through the middle toe of that back foot, the left hip is relaxing down towards the right heel, so the weight is coming down through centre, you're not off to one side. Relaxing down, breathing, lovely pigeon. Okay, let's bring it all the way back up, place the hands to the floor, tuck the back toes, stretch up and back, head down dog, gazing back to your feet, stretch the chest back towards the thighs, feels amazing coming out of pigeon. One little vinyasa in the middle, high in the toes, forwards, either full plank or modified into the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, stretch up and back, head down dog. To the other side, left foot between the hands in your own way, back knee to the floor. This time, you zigzag the left foot across to the right, take that left knee down towards the floor, come onto the toes of the back foot, down onto the forearms, and if it's okay, coming all the way down. So when you come all the way down, you're trying to relax the chest down towards the floor. So it's a stronger stretch. Again, if it's too much, ease out of it slightly by bringing that front foot back or coming onto your back into your reverse pigeon. Easing out of the position, walk the hands back, tuck the toes under, stretching up and back. If you're starting to get tired, just wait here and your head down dog. You don't have to go any further, just have a wee rest here. Or vinyasa, high in the toes. Resist the mat away. Use the core to support you with control to the floor. Lifting on your in-breath, shoulders above the wrist. Hips are relaxing down, lift up through the front, back into head down dog. Pedaling sway. Bringing yourself into Uttanasana, any way you want. Walk, step or jump. Hang in your Uttanasana, let the head go. Soften the knees, slowly rolling all the way up. Palm to palm. Hands to heart center. Bring the hands down by the sides. So we're going to bring ourselves into our tree pose. If you're doing this in a carpet, you might find it's a little bit wobbly. So if you have a chair, or if you want to have a little bit of a wall for contact, then bring yourself to having something just to give you a bit of security for when you come into your position. As always, going through the different stages. So we're going to come onto the toes of the right foot, rotate that right knee out and place the right heel above the left ankle. This is your first point of contact. This is where you stop if you're feeling a little bit wobbly, a little bit unsure. So you might find you're hanging out on that left hip. Draw the left hip in and start to lift up out the sideways. Spread the collarbones, lift the chest, slide the shoulders down. Now we're going to lift and spread the toes on that left foot, place them back onto the floor so more of the foot's connected down onto the mat. Now imagining there are roots growing out of the sole of the foot, taking that foot down onto the floor, drawing up that thigh, up out the side waist. Find a focus point, press the tip of the tongue into the roof of the mouth, hands are to the hips just so you know that the hips are even, that you're not hanging out on that side, you're not hitched up. That nice even position with the hips. Stop here if this is enough for you. If you feel this is where you want to be, and stop here. Or you can take that foot, oopsie-daisy Maisie, you can take that foot onto the calf, or you can take it all the way up. If you're taking all the way up, press the sole of the foot to the inner thigh of that straight leg. Now resist against it, so it's not knocking you off balance like that. So it's giving you a nice support. You can stay here holding the foot if that's comfortable for you. Oh, flip a leg. Or take it back onto the floor. Bring the hands, if you want, into prayer position. Keep the spine long. Keep the shoulders down. Lift the chest. From here, if you want to, hands to the top of the head. You can raise them up. So the hands can be palm to palm, or the hands can be shoulder distance. Extend up through to the fingertips and root down onto that supporting leg. Keep the core engaged. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Breathe. Ujjayi breath. Hands to the head. Hands to the heart. Bring the hands down by the sides and give it a shake so you can have a little sway, a little circle of the hips. And then let's go to the other side. So keep the hands to the hips. It's a good visual awareness as to what your hips are doing. Come onto the toes of the left foot, rotate the knee out, place the heel above the ankle. Draw that right hip in. Lengthen the thigh, lift up out the side waist, spread the collarbones. Now lift and spread the toes on that right foot, place them back down onto the floor, grow those roots from the sole of the foot down into the earth. Keep drawing up that thigh, keep the spine long. Where are the hips? Get that nice even position. Core is engaged, find your focus. Press the tongue into the roof of the mouth, stopping here, or take the foot to the calf, or all the way up. Press the sole of the foot to the inner thigh, resist the inner thigh against the sole of the foot. Hands can come into prayer position. If you want, hands to the head, raise them up, root down into that supporting foot. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Breathe. Hands to the head, hands to the heart. Release the hands, release the feet, and again take a little sway of the hips. So we're going to take the feet again, about mat width, toes are turned out slightly, hinging from the hips, bend the knees, just coming into a really relaxed Uttanasana. The legs are wider than usual, sway from side to side. We're going to sink it down into a squat. As you exhale, you can hold the ankles, sink the bottom, lift up through the front of the body, spread the collarbones, then use those elbows to track the knees over the feet. Tilting into Uttanasana, let the head go. And sink it down, lift up through the front, raise the chest, and tilt into Uttanasana. Last one. Exhale, sink it down, lift the heart. And soften the knees, slowly roll all the way up to stand. Let's circle up and round, palm to palm. Hands to heart center, take the hands to the hips. We're taking the feet about, well, preparing for Prasarita, so you want to be a good leg distance apart. Outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. So if you want, you can take the heels to the back edge of the mat. It's a good leveler, so when you come into your full Prasarita, the heel of the hand will also be at the back of the mat. So make sure the toes are not turned out. The outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edge of the mat, so you might feel you look a wee bit hen-toed. Take the hands to the hips, lift and lengthen, exhale, folding forwards, leading with the chin and chest. Place the fingertips to the floor under the shoulders. Bend the knees if you need to have a little bend of the knees in this position. Now we're going to play with it a little bit. So if you want to go a wee bit wider, you can go a wee bit wider. We're just going to sway the weight forwards and backwards between the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot. Just let yourself sway forwards and backwards, and then see if you can find a position where you're equally balanced between the front of the foot and the back of the foot. Press into the outer edge, the little toe side of the foot. You should see a lovely arch develop where the instep is. Now we are going to lengthen the spine. So you want to feel as if you're exposing the buttock bones up to the ceiling. Slide the shoulder blades down towards the waist, let the chest move forward, spread the collarbones, and the face comes forward. So really lengthening, growing that spine. Keeping that length, we're going to start to walk the hands back between the feet. Then we tuck the chin into the chest and we let the top of the head come down towards the floor. So in this position, the heel of the hand should be in line with the heel of the feet. So if you're using the back of the mat, then that gives you a good visual awareness. Or if you'd rather, hold on to the inner elbows and take the elbows, the forearms down towards the floor. Make sure the head is completely relaxed. Balancing the weight on the feet, using the weight of the head to lengthen the spine. If the hand's on the floor, hands are shoulder distance. Gently hug those elbows in towards each other and let the head go. Prasarita Padottanasana translates as intense stretch. One more breath here. Then walking the hands forwards, back under the shoulders, back into head down dog. So rotate the foot that's closest to the short edge of the mat. Place the hands either side, come onto the toes of the back foot, step it back into your head down dog. You have the option of waiting here or doing one last vinyasa. On the inhale, high in the toes, roll it into plank, don't collapse, all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift it into head up dog. Exhale, stretch up and back into head down dog. Pedal the legs, sway the hips. Lovely backward stretch, reaching those heels to the floor. And then we'll come into child's pose. Knees apart, toes together, bottoms back. Inhale, breathing into the back of the body. And exhaling, allowing the buttocks and the hips to relax down towards the heels. Chest is coming down between the thighs. You can either rest the head on the hands or all the way to the floor, wrapping the hands around the sides of the body with the palms facing up to the ceiling. If that's too much for the knees, bring your weight forwards. You don't have to have your bottoms all the way back. Slowly bring it all the way up to sit. Bringing yourselves around. And let's just come to lie on our backs, hugging the knees in towards the chest, circling it around first in one direction, then the other. If you would like to do a little happy baby, you take the hands to the inner edges of the legs, you clasp over the sole of the foot, the sole of the foot facing up towards the ceiling. Feel as if you draw those knees down in towards the armpits and take a little rock from side to side. Only if that's okay for the back and hips. If that's not right, then just stay with bringing the knees into the chest. So do what feels right for you. Then we're all going to take the feet to the floor. Feet apart, knees together. Take a comfortable position with the arms, whether it's on the belly, it can be overhead, it can just be down by the sides. And we'll take a few windscreen wiper motions with the knees side to side. Then we'll let the knees come all the way off to the right, coming onto the inner and the outer edges of the foot. If it's okay, you're taking the right foot, that's the bottom foot, placing it on top of that left knee, just applying a little bit of weight. And relax the back of the left upper arm, the back of the left shoulder blade to the floor. Let the elbows be soft. Using that right foot, applying a little bit of weight, bringing that knee closer to the floor. Then we'll release that foot, come back up, feet apart, knees together. Doing a few windscreen wiper motions before you come all the way to the left. And again, if it's okay on this side, the left foot coming onto the right knee. If that pinches the back or the hips at all, then take it back onto the floor. Trying to relax the back of the right upper arm, the back of the right shoulder. Remember, if you want to change the arm position, change the arm position. It's up to you. Let the elbows be soft, let the upper arms be heavy. Release that top foot, bring it all the way back up. And if you want to hug those knees into the chest one last time, then you can. Circling it around, or just get yourself into a nice comfy position and enjoy a couple of minutes of Shavasana, lying down, listening to your breath, enjoying that nice feeling at the end of a yoga practice. I hope you're all keeping safe, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye.